What's up, guys? Welcome back. This is Knight here, your Tech and Games Crusader, and we are going to watch the 2019 NESMaker Byte-Off Awards. And let's go ahead and get started with this, and let's get me shrunk down.
Hello, and I am live, the 2019 NESMaker Byte-Off. This is an award
Let's see
ceremony
what
to celebrate
all
the
we
new
get to
school,
see.
old school game makers. And who are you wearing? Oh, Nix, did you come alone?
No.
Oh, I just love the print on your date's dress.
I like cats.
You guys are dating.
So it's kind of like a mock
Here comes Choco Banana.
award show,
Usually
it
doesn't do
seems, so
interviews, but
far,
I'm gonna see if I can
with
get
like
one.
red carpet type stuff.
Here to talk about your Kickstarter that you just launched. I didn't know you were invited.
Of course I was invited. What are you talking about? I'm here representing villains' rights. I mean, seriously, think about it. If it weren't for the villains, what would the heroes do? We don't even have... Oh, look! See, this is what I'm talking about. That is so pixelist. Look at that.
It's truly exciting to be a part of
Pixelist,
this and
aka
witness all these new icons
like
for the
their
old
version
Nintendo
of
Entertainment
racist.
System. Now it's anybody's game right now. Who's gonna win
Or
the best
type
new
of
game?
bias.
So let's take a 1-minute look and meet the contestants.
I played a few of these games, and they were pretty good. Really liked Dimension Shift. The Ends of the Earth was good. Grave Adventure was pretty good. Twilight of Powers was decent. I liked Nyx. Adventures of Elding was really good. Artix was pretty good. Doodle Land was cute. Sokan Dojo. Shadow was pretty cool. Well, they weren't kidding. 1 minute only. Time Survivor was cool. It's kind of like a Zelda-esque clone. Project Hinoku. It's almost too fast for me to read. My eyes have to shift over where the text is. Flight of the Phoenix was good. I enjoyed that one quite a bit. Dragon Master was interesting. Nizumi was okay. Windmere was cool. So it looked like it went in alphabetical order.
Ladies and gentlemen, heroes and villains, pixelated friends of all genres. Pretending to broadcast live from a crappy CRT in the NESMaker studios, welcome to the 2019 NESMaker Byte-Off Awards. Please welcome your hosts, NESMaker developers Joe Granato and Austin McKinley.
Smooth jazz. Wow.
Welcome, everybody, to the 2019 Byte-Off Awards.
So these are the guys that made NESMaker.
The bits. We launched the Byte-Off competition in 2019 as a way of showcasing what our growing community of NES enthusiasts could do.
That's right. During the month of January, entrants had just 30 days to create an NES demo game based on the theme, This World Needs New Heroes. Over 60 games were submitted. Developers of every experience level composed music. They created promotional art for games comprising dozens of different genres and styles.
And tonight, we're here to celebrate the achievements of every single entrant and to announce the winners. Let's get it kicked off with the first category, Best Promotional Art.
Let's rewind to 1988. The first impression you had of a game when you walked down the aisle at Toys R Us was the promotional art, whether you saw it on the box or on a poster or an illustration in
I love
Nintendo
box
Power
art.
magazine. Sometimes you bought the game on the basis of the art alone.
And our first judge was instrumental in creating some of the most iconic art from that era. You might recognize his work on covers for games like Bad Dudes or Strider, Mega Man 2, Tetris, Afterburner, tons of others.
Here to announce his pick for Best Promotional Art is illustrator Mark Erickson.
Hi everybody, my name is Mark Erickson, and I've been selected to do the judging in the competition for the Best Supporting Art for the 2019 Byte-Off competition. And what we've got here is Grave Adventure. It's one of two pieces that we're going to review as the semifinalist and the finalist. This piece was created by Roger Plude for Grave Adventure. One of the things that I really like about this piece is, as you can see, the way he put together the elements of the illustration to really center everything on the key character. You've got your branches up above radiating down, and you've got your forced perspective from the open grave here that radiates your view up. And so what we wind up with is a very nice point of center here, which is a very well developed character. And as you can see, the color palette in this piece is somewhat restrained, but very dramatic. And the payoff seems to be down at the base of the grave is this pile of skulls. And so I'm not sure about the dramatic intent here is good, but I'm just not sure what this tells me about the story. But in any case, a very handsome and nicely rendered piece. The other piece is called Dragon Master. This is a piece that was created, the art was created by John DeCampos for Dragon Master, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the design of this piece as well. We've got elements here, as you can see, this very sinuous approach to the illustration that brings you through the character and across the character using that dragon as a device. And then he has a very strong kick action that's going on that sort of complements this very smooth transition through the illustration in that regard. And the other thing that I like quite a bit about this is you can see here his foot and elements of these wings are doing what's called a breakout or a violation of the edge of the art. And that's actually an element that I used quite a bit in the days when I was doing this sort of art, and it usually found a lot of good results. Additionally, you've got one added thing for Dragon Master that I really liked quite a bit, which was to have all these characters reprised in the art here so that you could see who your enemies were when you were looking at and considering buying this game. So that's actually the one thing that put this over the top for me and caused me to decide on Dragon Master as the winner. John DeCampos, congratulations for winning the 2019 Byte-Off Best Supporting Art Award.
Cool.
Thank you, Mark.
Now, all these games were created using our software, NESMaker, but there are a lot of amazing homebrews out there created from scratch.
And those developers and the products are extraordinary. They really paved the way for us to do what we're doing now.
So let's talk about some of the non-NESMaker games we're enjoying right now and others that we're highly anticipating.
You got John Riggs here. Huge fan of indie games, especially those still being made for the Nintendo Entertainment System in 2019, if you can believe that. When you have time, you're sacrificing sleep, you're sacrificing going out with your friends just to create a beautiful masterpiece. And they're still happening today too. Collector Vision doing the Sydney Hunter game on the NES. The new Candelabra game's coming out. K-Hand Games always doing great things. Nescape, are you kidding me?
Oh, wow.
Have you played that recently? Good Lord.
See-through
It's crazy to think that in
AVS?
2019
Nice.
there are actually so many independent Nintendo
Wish
games.
they would make that
What a
again.
wonderful community. What a wonderful world we
Or
live in.
have that as an
And keep
optional
up the great
color.
work, and I will see you very soon.
Best pixel art.
During the NES era, the graphics of the games you could play at home came of age. Abstract blobs of color gave way to cartoon icons of the late 80s, many of which are still widely recognized today. At that time, kids were blown away by the sophistication of the imagery, the like of which they'd never seen outside an arcade, available on their own home television. The challenge for designers then, as now, was to use that canvas to create unique, recognizable characters and environments.
As product designer at IGN, our next judge is intimately familiar with the artistic considerations of games both.
It's cool if they actually have celebrity
His love
judges.
for games and design have led to a career at the
Like
internet's
community
leading media
lead
company that focuses
type
on games.
celebrity judges.
Presenting the award for Best
Judges.
Pixel Art is Justin Vachon.
Hey everyone, it's Justin from IGN coming to you from the Left 4 Dead room here at the office. I am back with my choices for the best pixel art in the 2019 Byte-Off competition from NESMaker here. Great pixel art should look good, yes, but it should also evoke a feeling, have character, set a mood, have style to it. I'm going to start off here with a few of my runners-up, and then I'll get into the winner at the end of this video. So I wanted to start off first with a game called Time Survivor. It's a really unique looking game. It kind of threw me for a loop when I first started out because it was so different from everything else. You know, so many games will use similar tropes, similar designs, similar methodologies, and this one didn't really feel constrained by any of those, which was really nice to see, and what's really set it apart. The next one is a game called Grave Adventure. To be able to recreate pixel art in a way that animates as smoothly as this and as expressively as this does is no easy task. Great job there in creating something that's really unique, and maybe animates the best out of any of the ones that I saw out of the whole competition. So really liked Grave Adventure a lot, and it's, you know, another shining example of what great pixel art from all perspectives can be. But that leads me to the pick for the winner of the Byte-Off competition for best pixel art, and that is Dimension Shift. So this game offers pretty much everything I was looking for in great pixel art. You know, at first I was surprised that this was even done by done on an NES, that is, because it looked so good, almost too good for the platform it was on. You just take the first scene alone as a static image and its beauty is pretty evident. You know, the sheer amount of depth put into each leaf, tree, log, crystal is all of the highest quality, and it really shines through. And it's not just the static, you know, nature of things that set it apart. It's kind of the whole package. The animation and presentation both go a long way in making this experience really special. Congrats, guys, and great job on creating a really beautiful game.
Nice. Dimension Shift got
Thank
one.
you, Justin.
And now we have a special treat for you, an 8-bit musical performance. Please give it up for Space Raft.
Cool. Woo! Yeah! Listen to that beat. Boom.
Awesome.
Yay.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. And you know, creating music for the NES takes a special kind of musician, you know, half programmer, half mad scientist. Oftentimes it's more like, you know, filling in a spreadsheet.
In Greek.
With your feet. But there are melodies that have stuck in our heads for 30 years, despite being limited to those 4 simple voices. You know, those songs became the soundtrack of our lives.
The judge of our music category is a composer, a DJ, and head of the MagFest music department, responsible for greenlighting acts to play at one of the biggest annual video game-themed music festivals in the world. Here with the award for Best Music is James Landino.
Wonder if they'll have a best
First off,
controls.
congratulations to all the finalists.
Category.
I listened to all the music, I played through the games, and I was thoroughly impressed by some of the stuff that I heard. But there was one game that stood out to me as the best, based on composition, versatility, and implementation. Silver Island. So congratulations to you guys, and once again, congratulations to all the finalists.
Nice. So today's Father's Day,
Yeah.
right? And
Well.
one thing that's kind of neat about this competition now is that some of the first video games that my son will ever remember are probably going to be these NESMaker games. Right?
Aw.
And I guess one of the unexpected things that came out of this competition was how many developers created entries with their children.
Right. Children that are the same age now
That's cool.
as their fathers were when they first played the NES. Let's take a look at some of their games.
Doodle Line is based on drawings that my 4-year-old daughter did.
Aw.
I did it!
Some talented kids.
That's nice. I like that.
Let's talk about story. You know, compared to how far games have come, the narrative content it's possible to include in an NES game might seem light. But that didn't stop many classic NES games from creating compelling characters, memorable dialogue, and evocative scenarios.
I mean, those characters that were birthed in that era still exist
Right,
today, you know?
right.
Writing for that medium requires a special brand of flexibility, resourcefulness, ideally being able to craft sensible narratives with as little verbiage as humanly possible.
Best narrative.
As an actress, cosplayer, video game journalist, and self-proclaimed professional nerd, our next judge lives and breathes gaming narrative. A lover of sci-fi, anime, and fantasy, she joined the Zelda Universe team in 2013 and is the face of Zelda News. Presenting the award for Best Narrative is Amanda Van Heil.
What makes a good story are characters that you can relate to. We need a reason for the character to go on the adventure, the challenges the character is going to be facing, and find out about that character's journey. One of these games really did all of that, but I definitely want to go through some honorable mentions first. The first one I really want to shout out to is Shadow. I liked the concept a lot, the idea that the color thief took away all the colors of the world, and so that's why the game is completely in monochrome. Everything's all black and white. It was also a backstory that was important to the developer being colorblind as well, so it hit close to home. Another one that really stood out to me was Nezumi, this assassin that is from a clan of assassins. Her daughter's missing, so she's got to go find her and needs to find out the whereabouts of her husband. So she has a few things going on, and then she also, so those are the personal aspects that are drawing her forward. And then the bigger one, an unknown magical island to thwart an evil energy that was corrupting reality. So that's the bigger issue. So she has her own personal reasons to keep going, and then there's the big picture there. Okay, so another honorable mention is Time Survivor. What I liked about this game was it had that same charm that Earthbound has. And Earthbound's one of my favorite games, and reason being is I love the writing, I love the narrative, I love the story, I love the characters. It's so much fun, and I love just how silly a lot of the dialogue is, and that's what I was finding in Time Survivor. But ultimately, the one I had to choose was To the Ends of the Earth. I thought that game was incredibly compelling. I liked the tagline of how far would you go to save the love of your life. It sounds simple, but you find that there's a much bigger storyline. This demo alone told me tons about the main character, about the main character's quest, about the town, told me all about the setting. It told me about his struggles, his relationships with the others in the town. There are layers upon layers being built. You find one thing after another, and that's really what is making To the Ends of the Earth stand out. Thank you for having me as a judge, and hopefully I'll get to play all of To the Ends of the Earth.
Time for a break?
Yep.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break. Coming up, we're going to announce the winners of the Wombat, the new 8-bit hero, audience choice, and of course, best game.
Be right back.
The Wombat?
There's possession in the mansion, all the armor is on strike. Algo's locked up in the toilet, all the question doesn't like. Where's the John? Algo's gone! What the heck is going on? Algor, you moron! It's Diablomedes, the game taking Transmetalmania by storm. Helpful General Grunt and finest dim-witted ambassador, Algor. Collect the skull.
Algor?
Watch out for
Really?
the possessed armor. Eat the demonic hoagie. And set those nasty knights running. Algor, you moron! Diablomedes.
Diablomedes. Wow. Wow.
Well, that was strange. And we love it so much. That's why we created this next category, for just that sort of nonsense. Of course, we love, so many of the games that were submitted for all kinds of reasons. We love Xeno Creeps, an alien shooter whose core mechanic involves, blasting yourself in the air with a shotgun and hopefully taking out a couple of crawling menaces,
And Swamp Donkey, where you play as a rocket launcher hauling beast of burden who totally kicks ass. Get it? Ass. Another great one was Harry Dwarf, beautiful little puzzler, where the biggest mystery is, what's he wearing under that beard? Anything? Maybe not.
But that's not what the category was for. As the designers of the software, we wanted to see games that surprised us, using NESMaker in a way that we wouldn't have even recognized, stretching the farthest beyond the core code base for an innovative gameplay experience that we never saw coming.
The Wombat. Okay, I get
Some
it.
of the games were very unexpected. Jane Jones' Poet Detective was definitely something we weren't expecting. It was a text-based NES game. And Nizumi with some of those rain effects
and the cutscenes.
Very cool.
Gorgeous.
Very cool stuff.
But I think for this category, there's one game that surprised us the most. Upon starting the game, I thought it was a simple platformer. But I soon realized it was a resource management game. It created a completely unique mechanic in a genre that is entirely its own, unlike anything else in the competition. And that's why this year's winner for the Wombat goes to MUSIK.
Cool.
Awesome.
So a lot of people played these games in the website that we set up, right? Or downloaded the ROM pack and played them in their favorite emulator. But some flashed them to cartridges and played them on real hardware. And as developers, to actually have your game on a real cartridge playing on real hardware on a real TV, that's an amazing experience as a game designer.
Yeah. But if you want to have that experience and you don't want to haul a CRT up the stairs, what are your options for playing NES games on modern televisions?
Hey, this is Joe Alonzo from Rad Junk in Fort Walton Beach, Florida, and I just want to tell you about some ways you can play NES games, both new and old, on modern televisions. There's a lot of consoles out there now that are being manufactured new that output HDMI that allow you to play your NES games. Things like the AVS from RetroUSB and a whole slew of other consoles out there. One that we're really looking forward to is the Poly Mega modular system. I can't wait to check that out.
Hey guys, this is Brian from Poly Mega. I'm very excited to see all the winners from the NESMaker competition. We're live here at E3, but we're looking forward to getting our console out there into everyone's hands with your NESMaker demos on it. And good luck to everyone in the competition.
So yeah, there's some cool ways that you can play cartridges on modern TVs in 2019, right? Of course, we're going to be giving away a RetroUSB AVS system in just a few minutes.
What?
And some of these demos can be found on the Poly Mega system when it releases. But moving on from there, let's start talking about the new 8-bit Hero Award. NESMaker was always intended to be driven by a community. this community, the community that we've created. And it's one that we're super proud to be a part of. Every one of you is a part of this team. But we wanted to recognize one member of the community who has been integral to the entire effort. The new 8-Bit Hero Award is going to go to a person who has gone above and beyond in supporting the community and its members to help their visions come to life.
Speaking of which, if you're using NESMaker, if you're enjoying NESMaker, a lot of credit has to be given to our next judge, who is entirely responsible for creating the front end that talks to our assembly code base. He's the person who makes NESMaker possible. Joining us from the exotic Panhandle to present this special award is vagabond coder and Florida man, Josh Fowler.
Cool.
So everyone who knows me knows that I'm much more comfortable being behind the scenes, but this award is really important. So I'm actually being in front of the camera. It's great to see how much the entire community has taken part of with NESMaker, and they've really stepped up to make it great. We're seeing everyone contribute, and NESMaker and the whole community is better because of it. The project it keeps growing, and it's going to keep doing that thanks to you guys. However, the winner of this year's the new 8-Bit Hero Award goes to someone that has just been so helpful. We may as well retire this category. This NESMaker user has gone above and beyond. They've made tutorials, they've made modules, they've helped people get started with NESMaker, they've answered tons of questions, they've helped with the translation, all this while making their own games.
Cool.
The winner, of course, of this year's the new 8-Bit Hero is Dale Coop. Thank you very much, man. You've been so helpful with this project, and I appreciate it.
Thank you, Josh.
Congrats, sir. Congrats.
So we did a drawing for a winner for a RetroUSB AVS, and here's how that drawing went.
Did I win?
Chance, chaos, entropy. Guided by the mystic Stranzo, I will gaze into this orb and divine the winner. Congratulations, Cameron Norris. New 8-Bit worlds await you.
That winner was chosen from those that voted for our next category, which is the Audience Choice Awards.
I voted for that one.
Yeah, you know, a lot of the judges that we've met so far have been professionally connected to the game world in some way. But if you're in the business of making games, it's also vitally important to get the player's perspective on what they love about what you're creating.
Now, from the minute we opened the survey, a lot of the games were neck and neck, but the official tally is in. And based on your votes, this year's winner for Audience Choice Award is Project Kanoichi.
Yeah.
And now, in memoriam, we remember those lives we have lost this year.
All NESMaker games are going to look the same.
It's going to... Oh.
Worthless shovelware creator. No one is going to care about playing games for a 30-year-old system. Yeah, but does it even scroll?
Now that we're past that, we've come to the main event, the boss level of the award show, if you will.
Best game.
Guys, so many of your games were amazing. You know, we played and enjoyed every single one of them. We showed them off at South by Southwest. We showed them off at GDC.
People were amazed by them.
Yeah, I mean, we are
I
so
saw
glad
that was GDC.
that we are not the ones that have to be the judges, especially for this category. It is not an easy decision to make.
So the judge for Best Game is known for establishing Nintendo's game counseling service and co-creating Nintendo Power Magazine.
Oh, cool.
While working at Nintendo of America, one of his job titles was Product Analysis Manager, where he evaluated games for release in North America. And if he turned you down, it couldn't have come from a nicer guy.
Yeah, seriously, if you ever played a game on the NES, it went through this person, and this person is now the one judging for best game. The person who shaped many of our childhoods has selected his choice for best game in the 2019 Byte-Off competition. Presenting this award is, of course, Howard Phillips.
Hi everyone, this is Howard Phillips. All of the games, I played them all, were really interesting and fun, and great to see the energy, enthusiasm, and design creativity that went into each one. That said, one game which stood out as an honorable mention for me, Office Hero 2019. I thought it had a lot of humor, and even though it was highly pixelated, the humor came through. My vote for the best game of the 2019 NESMaker Byte-Off contest is a tie. I thought both Turtle Rescue and Time Survivor were both very decent games, well put together. Both games had great lasting interest for me, and I felt like I was at the beginning of a Zelda-type adventure with each of them. So congratulations to all the participants of the 2019 NESMaker Byte-Off contest.
Awesome.
I mean, did not see that coming. Awesome. Thank you so much, Howard. And thank you guys. We want to thank everybody who participated in the 2019 Byte-Off. Guys, let's do it again next year. This was a lot of fun, and playing your games was an amazing experience.
Heck yeah.
We are also very excited to show you what we've been working on and what we've got in store
new
for
stuff
you with NESMaker in the next couple of months.
So, for those of you who are interested in getting involved, head to the new8bitheroes.com. We can't wait to see what you create.
Cool. All right, guys, let's go and check out what they have on the website that's new for the new 8-bit heroes.com. No coding required. All right, enter site. So take a look here. Yeah, this is where all of the demos were for the contest, and here's the how-to. Coming soon, advanced tutorials. All right, bonus demo, troll burner. Ooh, cool. Recommended emulator is Messin. You have a download link for it. Let's check out the tools. Alright, that didn't do anything. Let's go to shop. Get cartridge flashers. Oh, cool. Blank cartridges and other hardware. Coming soon. NESMaker strategy guide. Coming soon. Mystic Searches, an NES game on cart. Mystic Searches, NES game complete in box black label. Mystic Searches, NES game Meridian Rookwood edition. Oh, cool. That's nifty. Alright, guys. Well, this is Zyberknight, your Tech and Games Crusader. We've just watched the new 8-bit Heroes NESMaker Byte-Off Awards 2019. And hope you guys had a good night. Have a good day. Take care. We'll see you later.